we seem to have successfully completed the meat portion. Um, Congratulations, Rod, on your first successful meet.
Did it end by Sue saying, Danke, we're taking it?
I mean, maybe.
That seemed like a really un-Sue thing to say.
Yeah, naturally, we will be happy to help, and we will look into this, and we will let you know what the next steps will be when we have more information. Thank you for providing your com code. We wish you to use it when we have anything that concerns you.
He's looking at you like you're some kind of a like salesman, really confused, but just nods a little bit, looks at the fixer, and as soon as you say again that you will take the run, the fixer does like a thank God motion, stands up, says that contact him as soon as you finish the run, or as you have additional things to fix for him to fix, and he just walks away. The priest is still sitting there, still unsure on what to do, sort of uncomfortably.
Well, Vater, if there's nothing else that you feel you should provide us, information-wise or otherwise, I believe we can say that you have successfully concluded your meeting.
That actually sounds worse than you think it is. I wouldn't want to do those kind of things. I just wish people saw everything my way, understood progress.
An unusual point of view for a Catholic priest.
He doesn't seem to catch anything in that. At least he seems to be too uncomfortable to actually, What is that? Jet?
It was a composure check for him to not say, "Go with God, my son." I mean,
okay.
Is 4 success good enough, do you think?
I don't know. It may be hard. It is a really tempting situation.
I lay on your mercy.
The guy sort of stands up, and starts heading to the exit, I guess. Your call, guys. What are you doing? Unless you want to ask him something else, like without the fixer around, no problem.
I'm okay letting him go.
Yeah, I personally can't come up with anything that isn't smart-ass, so.
I think so, yeah.
As
So,
everybody kind of starts getting up to leave, Allie doesn't move. She hasn't moved for a couple of minutes now.
Jet kicks her
at all?
She came early.
You said Jet kicks her chair?
Yeah, not like out, but just kicks the leg of her chair.
She wakes up with a start. Like,
Oh.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, just everything.
Great.
So, Allie gets coffee. We check out the giant rhino a little later.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, by the way, as soon as you entered the bar, just like quick rollback, you got the automatic message that if you want some drinks and some like coffee and stuff, it is on the fixer. So if you want to like eat and plan and do stuff here, you can, to a reasonable amount of money.
I want 3 of whatever the best thing they have is.
I'm okay doing everything from here. Free food and drink sounds good.
Sure.
I'm a bit poor at the moment anyway.
I think free food and drink always sounds good to Hicks.
Do they happen to have scrambled eggs?
powdered,
Okay.
fake and everything, but sort of like fake soy beacon, soy eggs with soy butter and soy toast and everything.
Yeah, I mean everything's fake these days.
But yeah,
We're in a bar.
so I assume you're staying in the back room. You're just moving to the hall or whatever. The secretary is for your disposal.
Thank God Rod isn't here.
You wish.
So,
Well, let's get a nice hearty breakfast within ourselves.
As I
And then-
assume you go to order breakfast, the dwarf is no longer there.
The what is no longer there?
Dwarf.
dwarf.
There was a dwarf eating breakfast.
Wait,
Oh,
that wasn't
the
the J?
suspicious dwarf.
No, the J was in the back room. Sorry if I wasn't clear.
Oh.
He was like an older human with silver hair and wrinkles and everything.
Well, dang.
He was
Hmm.
mundane and didn't have a lot of modifications and stuff like that.
How's his liver?
There's all that
So-
sacramental wine. It's probably not very good.
No, I mean the dwarf. Because if he's got cirrhosis, then that explains what he's doing in a bar at this time. If he doesn't, whoa.
I don't
Rod
know
said he was
if-
healthy.
Yeah, 4 successes showed Sue that he was actually kind of healthy.
Hmm. So either he likes the powdered eggs and simply finished his meal and left because he is a normal person, or this is highly suspect.
Well, you never know.
We should interrogate every dwarf we see, just in case.
We should probably see if there's any PIs around.
I've got my stick and shock at the ready.
So as we're starting to kick off into business time, Dante's gonna smile a bit and look over to Allie. So what's your story?
She'll look up from that half asleep you do where your palm is pushing your cheek up and just kind of like mushing your face.
Mhm.
Probably twisting her sunglasses so that you can see a little bit of what makes her a freak. Uh, okay, yeah, no. When you address her, she's gonna be like, "Huh?"
My name's Dante. We haven't been introduced yet. Just figured I'd check in with you.
Oh, and she'll kind of put herself together a little bit, reset her sunglasses. And are you reaching out for the shake, or are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll pause for a moment and then reach out and shake your hands.
She'll pause for a moment.
Hey, oh.
Really hoping nobody would point that out.
And Bamce, you reap what you sow.
Yeah, no, that's the whole point. Allie, and you are? Right.
Well, yeah, Dante.
Yeah.
So he'll shake her hand. Absolutely no hesitation to it at all. So what do you do?
Oh, and then she'll straighten up and look, what do you do?
He's our resident psychopath.
For the most part, I take things that aren't mine. I get people to do things they don't want to, and I look good when I do it.
Arguable.
So she'll give you
I think he's quite a specimen.
she'll give you a little up and down. Oh, I also tend to take things that aren't mine.
Oh, nice. It'd be nice to have someone that can get in and out quietly.
Oh,
You're the only one thinking of that, bud.
not the only one.
So you're gonna say that, and she's gonna get a little blushy body language, but it's kind of hard to sell. You don't actually see cheeks changing colors, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what we can all do together.
Totally out of character. You do remember that Jet's also one of the stealthy ones, right?
Yes, but you're not a steely one.
True.
Also, how much lockpicking and stuff do you have? I know you can sneak well, but can you get in and out well without just smashing a door?
I mean, that's kind of picking a lock, right?
That's one type, yeah.
He's never smashed a door. He's been smashed by people, but not doors. I phrased that strangely.
All right, so Hex, you want to get on that comm link and see what you can turn up?
Sure, but we don't have a whole lot to go on. But do you want me to?
Well,
I
we've
guess.
got two comm links, or two comm codes, one for Bridge, one for the priest. Let's start with Bridge and just see what we can get off of it, see if it's still active, see if it's alive, get any recent phone calls he's made.
And if it's a dead end, then we may have to talk to
I
the
can
J.
try it, I guess.
That'd be a good starting point. And then we're going to need a couple people to head down to the big Rhino and scope the place out.
Yeah, I can do that.
Mm,
Who's coming with?
It's my better judgment. I'm going to use hack on the fly rather than brute force.
Why is it that you preface all of your hacking stuff with "against my better judgment"?
Well, because brute force apparently you can still somehow brute force and stay hidden, whereas hack on the fly, if you fail, you get a mark on you.
If you
Or
But
if
brute
you fail, you
force,
alert them to the attempted
you
hack. I guess
brute
if you're
force,
successful,
since
they
you're
don't
running in
let
hot
you.
sim, you're getting the damage. If you fail, it's gonna hit you.
Oh, is there hacking happening?
it seems like some hacking is attempted happening.
Yes.
All right, I
Because
lift Hex and put her next to whatever.
so I'm trying to
So let
get
me
marks on the comm link if I can.
let me just clean something up here real quick. With brute force, you are not. The target is not alerted if you fail
Oh,
because
they're not? Okay.
the firewall blocked everything. If you succeed, then the target is alerted. With hack on the fly, if you fail, they are alerted. If you succeed, they are not.
And with brute force, if you fail, doesn't the firewall bounce back any damage it took to you?
That is, there is I believe it's per 2 net hits on the defense test for any attack action, which brute force is an attack action.
So, a question. Can Hex reach out to a comlink if it's not visible on the matrix? If it's
He would have to do, at the very least, a matrix perception,
And
or probably in this case, since it's unknown where it is, a matrix search, just kind of like digging around on the matrix to see if he can find it.
I can also do that. Should have done that first. I think I may have jumped the gun. It's like, well, I have the comm code, so I may have jumped the gun on that.
Yeah, the matrix perception slash search is just a like, let me find out if this number is still a valid number.
So, do you want the matrix search or the matrix perception?
um, I guess matrix search. Well,
If we're
I
just
don't
trying
know.
to
Which
figure
one
out
would
if
it
it's
be?
if we're just trying to figure out if it's a valid number, we could just call it.
You could.
Good. Is that what you want to do? You want to just call it?
I'd rather hack it. according to the priest, he's tried calling it a few times without any luck, and it's a better chance of getting information if he doesn't know we want it.
And it's
So that
criminal.
would be matrix perception to find it if it doesn't want to be found.
In this situation, it would be a matrix search because it's not going to be within, like 100 meters. He's actually going to have to dig for it a little bit, and it could take some
Okay.
time.
So just to clear it up, first matrix search, then matrix perception, or the search is sufficient?
The search should be sufficient, just to find out if it's online.
Go ahead, Hex. Unless you have other plans.
Don't screw it up.
Hey, it doesn't look like I did.
So with 3 successes, you successfully find out that the number is out, and you don't find any comlink.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, I don't think I can find that com code, guys.
Why?
It might be because the com is out of commission.
Of course.
That is a possibility.
All right, so Jet and Sue, do you guys want to go down to the Big Rhino and see if you can identify any of his colleagues?
Yes. Yeah.
Does anyone have like Seattle knowledge or like, district knowledge or something about the city?
I've got area knowledge.
So could you roll someone
Sure.
about the big rhino and about Seattle and stuff?
Is gang knowledge applicable?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Ali cannot remember stuff. She's like half asleep, or slipping in and out of consciousness. But Dante, after some thought, the big rhino actually sparks, it just jets your memory or jugs your memory.
If it means anything, I also have Crook Hangouts at 8 instead of 9. So if Crook Hangouts is more specific.
Well, in a way, just like, I mean, 4 successes is enough for what I'm about to say. The Big Rhino is a particularly famous restaurant because it is one of the 22 known entrances to the Orc Underground is there, and they're doing tours and everything. And it is an exclusively Orc, not exclusively, but an Orc and Troll-run restaurant. Yes. So this is why the name actually means something to you other than just a restaurant.
I picked the right team to go then, huh?
Dante, we may need a Drek artist. Or a bull Drek artist.
Yeah, but the problem is, with a primarily orc and troll restaurant, they may not be so fond of having me walking around there.
Just to like clear stuff up, just sorry, Jed. Just to clear stuff up, the restaurant itself is not like exclusively orc control. They do tours and everything. It is just like a public restaurant. It's just staffed mainly by orcs and trolls. The orc underground, on the other hand, is something else.
What's the matter with you, Dante? Is it the orcs and trolls do not like you?
I'm a little bit more soft and pink than they may be preferring.
I find you charming. Perhaps they will as well.
And I tolerate you.
Ah, yes. That is the word I was looking for. You are tolerable. Most of the time.
Yeah, some people seem to think so. I may just wind up coming down. I'm thinking about if there's anything else we can be doing at the same time. it might not be a bad idea to follow the priest a little bit, just to make sure he was being completely forthcoming.
Hex, you want to have a look at the Holy Rollers link?
I can try. He just left, didn't he?
Well, I assume since you're like talking in super quick time, it was a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
Say 10.
I'm gonna see how far away he got with a matrix perception test. If he's still in the local area. I get lots of dice for those, and still don't roll that many successes.
He is still like with 4 successes. I guess he sort of defends his commonly defends against looking at it. I guess with stuff.
Yes, with stuff.
That was a cry for Bamce.
Is he running silently?
Yes, he is.
Yep, that would be his logic plus sleaze.
The priest's logic plus sleaze?
To defend against a matrix perception?
If he's running
Okay.
silent.
Yeah, if he is running
is-
silent. If he is not running silent, then too bad.
Okay.
That's rather unchristianly of him.
Yeah, but being as he serves the church, he's not all that logical, right?
Heyo.
I don't know. He specifically said he didn't like science.
Yep, you see the comlink. It is out there for you to see, I guess. Can you locate it with the matrix perception? I didn't think so. You just see it.
No, but that does tell me it's. Yeah,
Yeah.
it tells me it's somewhere in the general area, but I don't know like exactly where it is.
So it is in the general area. Still. I guess that means it's within 100 meters or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it is.
So if I want to find out where he's at, that means now I have to try and put marks on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
mean-
you.
I was talking about hacking his link, looking at his feelings.
Totally could do it.
Well, if he's putting marks on the comlink either way.
True.
So now the comlink defense, he is not a hacker, so I guess only his device is defending, right?
Plus his willpower, I believe.
5 successes.
That's a
We'll
lot
probably
of
put a
successes.
wall for it. She said I was pulling up the rules for all my matrix actions here.
I know nothing about the matrix. I was trying to, do something. So it's like willpower plus his device rating, just
Yes.
simply.
Firewall. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
it's device rating unless noted.
You got a mark.
Oh, that's actually intuition plus plus firewall. That was my mistake.
Well,
Yep.
never mind.
Either way, he got it.
So what are you doing with your mark?
Well, I need 2 to trace icon.
Yep.
And so I'm going to try and put another one on there.
Click those
Definitely
buttons.
not going to result in a sniper round.
That's what you think.
Totally not.
Definitely.
All of a sudden, priest.
Christian Avenger Sniper.
Yeah.
So Catholic Avenger Sniper.
Did he just copy and paste?
No,
Clearly.
I clicked the button. You can notice if you highlight it, the numbers are different.
Awesome.
I don't know. I'm seeing 66555.
You are a dirty.
Yes, but there's 2 ones on that
terrorist,
second one, and there's one on the first one.
I have faith in Hex. He's an honest girl.
Yay, faith.
So you have a lot of marks.
So, what are we trying to look for on here? Because there's a lot of stuff I could do. Do we want me to just browse around and just like see what icons and things are in there, or do we want me to like?
As he puts all of those marks on the comlink, he is on the comlink, like sort of his matrix icon can look around on the comlink and look what's on it?
Yeah, with marks on it, he has access to do some stuff with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
browse
and
some
What?
files. See if you see
other
anything
thing I
weird.
need to do. I may as well go ahead and do that too. So I can
So
have my static veil up.
let me poke in here for a second because I've been meaning to bring this up with you. So static veil only prevents the Overwatch time from ticking up
Yes,
passively. You have
for 15
you have 15
minutes. Yeah,
minutes before you even need to worry about it, and you're just costing yourself 2 dice. Because this
I know.
the entirety of this hack is not going to take you 15 minutes.
That's true. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Like I'm
So
very
it's a
cautious
power
on
for
that.
long searches.
It's a power for long searches, or if you want to,
Like if you have to hide out in a grid or something you packed into and things
yeah,
like
like
that.
you could potentially like hack his like theoretically if you wanted to follow this guy, which we don't know if we want to follow this guy yet because we haven't gone through his stuff. You could hack him, you could get the Chase icon on him, and then you could static veil yourself, and we could follow him all day. But we
Yeah,
don't know if we want to do that yet. So static veiling yourself now is just like, no, I don't need these
true.
dice. Let me throw these dice away.
Maybe I should hold up on that. Also, don't forget to add up the Overwatch.
I got you, bro.
Oh, I know you do, Bamce. Aren't you so nice?
He's a lazy
And because
GM. He's
I'm
not
not,
actually adding. Just at some point, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, you've been doing this for a while, so here you go."
I will have you know that the one thing that I actually keep count of on paper is Overwatch score.
Are you doing
and
this for
it's
me as well?
Yeah, I got you.
here's the horrible part. There's only one way for me to check my Overwatch by gaining more Overwatch.
Yeah, funny how that works.
There
Luckily,
is a
you can just go through the chat log and count.
You could, but there's a lot of
Oh,
Or you
numbers in
could
there.
just do whatever you want to do on the comlink.
That's
isn't it
true.
rolled or something
I
initially? I
I
thought it was
like
rolled,
idea.
but I'm
Yeah,
gonna go.
unless the actual god will come to you, uh, you know, you can do stuff.
Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna kind of browse through his device here. So is that gonna be perception? Just to kind of see what stuff is in there. Is it gonna be a search?
Uh, to just see this stuff, it would just be your perception.
Neither of those are illegal, so I'm good.
And the comlink defends if he's already on there. I don't think so.
If he's running silent, or the stuff on the comlink is running silent, they would get to defend. But um, that's only if
But
the stuff on the comlink is running silent.
well, the comlink wasn't expecting to be hacked, so I guess not.
Sure.
So you see a bunch of communication logs. You see some church files, like inventories of the church hall and the some communication with the people who actually rent their meeting hall and stuff like that. Um, are you looking for anything specific?
Um, well, I don't
So
know.
I
We're
may
looking for
enlighten you. Sorry.
we're looking for like the worship chips, I guess. Um, so wow, that's what I call worship chips. So do we have anything pertaining to that?
Okay, so I guess with like 4 successes, you successfully find the only mention of worship chips or like whatever you're looking for, chips at all, is in a conversation with Bridge. He has a few logs about of it. The first conversations are like a few weeks back, a good like say a month, and they're just like business-like conversations mostly, like the shipment is already here, thank you, the payment and stuff like that. It looks like fairly straightforward until like the last few logs, which are like the last sentence goes something like the shipment is lost, and then it just cuts out. And the priest was trying to reach out. There's a few logs of like bridge, like hello, more info, hello, and nothing more.
Snake? Snake?
Psycho man.
All right. Anything else anyone can think of we might be able to get out of the comlink?
Because there's a lot of stuff on there, like inventory files and
Yeah,
and
a lot
a
of
list
it
of his churchgoers, more or less.
Beyond
a
look,
lot of it is stuff. It doesn't matter.
yeah, I mean beyond looking in the trash file, I can think of nothing.
I'm afraid to dig through the trash file because of all the porn I might find. Um,
I personally look forward to Hex
Yes,
coming
I
out of
plan my
VR
runs this
screaming.
specific. Sorry, Jet. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say I look forward to Hex coming out of VR screaming.
And I wanted to say that yes, Hex, I plan my runs that specifically.
oh, okay.
Up to the trash porn
All
on
those
the
pages of notes.
coming.
Yeah, all those pages of notes. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's actually what I focused on.
Yeah,
Rest,
Oh,
most
okay.
of it is.
Okay.
So,
I guess I'll look and see what's in the trash folder.
with a specific role or just like normally? Do you have to like decipher the trash or like try to bring out the trash? Or just look on the trash?
I'm just looking in the trash. I mean, if you need a roll, I can roll.
That's
I'm
more
just
of a question to Bamce. It's like trash like a normal folder, or would he have to try to reconstitute or like reconstruct the files that were trashed?
See, here's the problem. This is 60 years in the future and 2 internet explosions. So, like, there could be a trash file there, and just like when you click on your recycling bin, you can real easy restore files from there.
uh
So, it's probably not all that hard to actually see what's in there.
Okay, so I guess we can skip the rolling now, and you find an awful lot of like old files. Nothing specifically about chips. And like past conversations with Bridge are also not existent. So nothing interesting in the trash, I guess.
All right. So probably just hold on to the marks, and we can all head down to the big rhino.
Are you tracing the comlink or not? I don't know.
Do we need a trace on the comlink?
I don't think we need it right now, but if we hold the marks, it's easy to do in the future.
How long do the marks last? Forever? No.
Until I reset my device, which is why
Okay.
the
Or he
Overwatch is a
does.
big deal. Or he
So
does.
till
Yeah.
you get drunk.
Kinda.
Till I reset the device, or till he does,
Yeah.
Or they get wiped.
Dun dun
or
dun.
I get
Interesting.
converged on. That also is a possibility.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
Let's go on a history tour.
Like I'm gonna come back and tell him, hey, there's not a whole lot interesting on this comlink.
Yeah, I didn't figure we were going to find anything big, but better safe than sorry, and it was a small investment.
Allie's gonna yawn real big and kind of stretch a little bit. So, we're going later tonight, right?
Just to clear stuff up, you probably have around like 5 days, let's say, or 4 days, something like that.
I mean, most restaurants, unless the place is known for its breakfast, don't really open up that early.
Yeah, Hex is going to reset her device. If I don't need to just build the Overwatch, I probably won't.
Okay. And yeah, we could certainly go back around dinner time if you would prefer, Allie.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. I would love to go back home and go to sleep. She's gonna kind of like mush her face around a little bit.
Hex can go, yeah, besides, if you wake up early tomorrow, we can go do that spa thing.
Jet tries to suppress a snicker and fails.
She's gonna kind of turn her head over to Jet and just like turn back and all right. So later, right? And she's gonna go to stand up.
Yeah, sure. Let's figure we'll head there sometime around 6 or 7.
Great. She's gonna slow zombie shuffle out of this place.
What day of the week is it?
I'm gonna say what? Monday, Tuesday,
Okay.
something like that. You have until Sunday.
Can Jet navigate to their site to their page and see if like they need reservations or anything?
Yeah, sure. They need reservations for the tours, although there aren't like that many tours. I mean, that's something you probably couldn't say. Well, anyway, they need reservations for the tours, and the tours are around the mall area of the Orc Underground, which is the publicly accessible sort of area. Um, for the restaurant itself, it's pretty open, but you can
Alright, cool.
make a reservations if you want to.
Eh. No need. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't have one of those situations.
So, time skip until later afternoon, or what are you guys doing in the meantime, or what? Just sitting in the gray bar?
I
I think we're
figured,
okay with time skip.
yeah, we'd probably go to our respective places.
So, as the restaurant is pretty open, you can locate it easily. You're getting there, I assume, when you said, so around like what, 6?
Sure.
So, how are you getting there dressed? Sorry, how are you dressed? How are you looking? With what? Where? Everything.
Is there a dress code at this place?
Well, the thing is, like, we have a little bit of history on the Big Rhino restaurant, and it was a pretty shitty restaurant until the tours started happening, and until the Proposition 23 was pushed over, making Orc Underground an actual district. Now it got a little bump up, so it's a little more fancy restaurant, but it tries to keep the original feel.
So it's really more of like a dress casual situation.
Yeah, but I wanted to know. I don't know. Maybe orcs and trolls slash giants want to dress like more fancily. I don't know.
So, do we know if it would be appropriate to wear suits or street gear?
Most certainly, suits are overdressing.
Street gear is okay.
Uh, as most like orcs and trolls cannot really afford it, unfortunately.
All right.
Then I guess I'll wear street gear.
Yeah. Dante will go dress down. I'm guessing an armor jacket would be acceptable, right?
Sure. So, I mean, just going ahead, I guess. You're walking all as a group, like 5 people at a time, separately.
I'll wait up outside for anyone who's not there.
That sounds good.
Yeah, Jet will meet him there.
So As you're waiting outside, you can see that there's actually like quite a lot of people walking in and out. There are actual like at least once a group of people enters through like a side door, which leads to, as you can look through the door quickly, some kind of like a staircase that goes down. And there's a guide who says like, "Thank you everyone, thank you for coming. Uh, please read more on our website and please send your relatives and everyone. I hope you had a great time. Sorry about that incident, sir. I'm sure it won't happen again." There's a guy that has like a black eye. Uh, and
Question.
everyone sort of dissipates, and the orc guy sort of seems to want to go back. You want this? Yes?
Rot, did we get did we talk about what the what bridge looks like?
No, you didn't. But I guess he. Well, you didn't ask. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I guess he could have said that. I mean, that probably would be appropriate. Uh, what could he say to you? He's
I mean,
big. He has a broken horn, and he wears sunglasses.
Okay. I mean, just as long as our characters can recognize them.
Sort of like this. These are the features that priest would give you. As he is human, and all trolls look the same to him.
That's racist.
Yep.
Well,
Not his fault that a bunch of trogs don't look any different from each other.
Yeah, you might
there's
wanna
some
keep
things
that.
even God cannot help.
Well, shit. I was gonna suggest that Dante talk to the bartender about his friend that he was supposed to meet here.
That was out of character, but
Oh.
So, who's doing what? Like the crowd dissipates, that's obviously like a tour. The guide, I guess, goes back if no one stops him, and there are like people walking in and out. It's actually quite crowded right now. It is one of the most popular entrances to the Orc Underground.
As Allie comes up, she's gonna kind of like wave to those of us that are there. She's wearing, street gear, still got the giant cowboy hat and the sunglasses on. Just kind of move into the crowd of us and stand next to Dante.
You forgot your spurs.
She gives you the equivalent of the finger.
is it by extending claws?
No, it's just the finger.
Because those would be awesome spurs.
But with some sort of cyberpunk flair.
Yeah.
There's a troll, sort of, I don't know how to call the guy who's standing outside, is still a waiter, but is, ushering people in.
Bouncer?
Yeah, some kind of a bouncer.
Thinking how about want to go about this?
Well, we got tickets or whatever, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
We're not going on a tour, we're just going to the restaurant.
I think we should just use the idea that we were supposed to meet Bridge here. Maybe we were here with him a week or so ago, and he forgot whatever those things are they put money on, a cred stick.
We should probably scope out the place first, because if he's a regular here.
Yeah,
we
let's
don't
go
wanna-
up and get a table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That sounds reasonable.
Wait, who is
Especially if
with
somebody else
us?
is buying food.
I think we're all there from the sounds of it.
Really? Okay.
Five,
good for them.
five person table.
Okay. Can
So-
we do that?
Who
Sorry.
goes up? Where goes the does what?
Whose name did we put the reservation under?
Didn't make one. It looked like the reservation was just for the tours, we said, right?
Well, it is a restaurant. You can make. I said like you have reservations for the tours, and you have to make those, and there you have the reservations for the actual restaurant, which you don't really have to. But it's a case of the usual. If you don't make a reservation, maybe you have to wait outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jet will walk up to the, I guess, the little podium for seating for the hostess or the host. It's like, hi, would you guys happen to have a table for 5 available?
The bouncer looks down on you.
6. Table
6?
for 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 6. We might be meeting somebody here.
Yes, I'm gonna check. And he sort of zones out a little bit to his AR overlay, and then comes back to you. Unfortunately, we have only a table for 4 at the moment. If you're willing to wait, new seats may come, or whatever you say. It's just me not knowing English. New seats may be available soon. That's what I want to say.
Is there an expected wait time?
Unfortunately, due to people from the tours having first place if they want to stay or if they want to eat something beforehand, we cannot exactly guarantee any seats at the moment. It is a pretty busy time as the Orc Underground is particularly buzzing right now.
Okay.
So
What do you say, guys?
you think 50 million would get us a table quicker?
That sounds like a roll.
Sure.
Well, my question is, do we just need to get that done right this second?
I mean, what else are we gonna do?
Well, I mean,
Hex wants to take Ellie shopping.
It's like, let's just drop the run and do the spa.
we
Mom,
could.
Everyone goes to the spa.
We could do other stuff too, like and or we could have 1 or 2 people outside instead of like everybody in the club. Particularly like I don't know, scoping out the back or something.
Yeah, I didn't realize that everybody was coming along.
It's all good.
I'm just saying if we need a full table, that throwing that out there as a suggestion.
Damn.
So are you actually saying something soon?
Yeah.
The troll is marginally bigger than you. Like in every sense, like more muscular and actually taller. So you look up to him a little bit.
He's taller than me?
Yes.
Damn, that's a tall ass troll.
Damn it, that was his entire concept. Very, very tall.
Well, are you particularly tall for giants?
Giants are taller and thinner than trolls on average, and I am particularly tall and.
Okay,
not
so you're
particular-
particularly tall for a giant, and a giant is very tall. So I guess he would be okay. He's a little bit smaller than you. I can get that, but he's much beefier than you.
Right. That would be appropriate.
Okay. So he looks up to you.
Danke. Thank you so much for your help with this. Is there any way that perhaps a small gratuity could free up a table earlier for us?
I'm gonna say that was a good roll. The troll sort of looks at you, looks at your friends, sees Jet, sees you, scoffs a little at Ali, Dante, and everyone else, looks back to you and says, well, maybe. Let me take a moment. And he, like, again, phases out.
I will mean mug the shit out of him behind my glasses.
Good to know. He comes back a little bit and says, how fortunate. We just have some seats that are available now. A table for 6, right?
Yes, that is precisely what we were looking for. Thank you so much for your consideration.
He ushers you inside, and there's an orc waitress that just comes up and waits to get you to your table.
Okay, we will follow. I will follow.
Who's detracting the insane amount of 50 million from this account?
Dante
I
will
figured
cover
we
it.
could.
Just making sure you're paying the money. You know, someday it might be down to 50 million, and then you'll be like, damn.
I am deducting it from my account right now.
Okay, so the orc waitress takes you to your table, and you can see two a little bit on the poorer side humans being sort of politely relocated as you near to your table, and you sit down, I guess. And the chairs here, I mean, on the description side, the thing looks like when you see all those fancy restaurants, it doesn't look anything like it. It looks like a poor restaurant that got some money and then is like in the middle of changing its decor. It has a lot of like historical stuff, like hanging copies of the Proposition 23 on the walls. All the stuff is essentially trolls and orcs. And people inside are just mixed. So there's like everyone inside sitting as a guest. And the chairs are reinforced, so most of the time, so you can sit just anywhere and won't collapse or anything.
Excellent.
So did the poor people have food left behind, or what?
The food was taken with them.
Okay, I was gonna get that million back.
Any way you can. So you sit down, and the waitress sort of politely looks at you and says, like, so, anything I can do for you? Meals, drinks?
Menus, if you would, please.
And water.
Oh,
please.
I didn't mention it, but the menus are on the table. It's like
Oh.
they're like rhino shaped, and they open up, and it's like really cheesy.
Yeah, I'll have a glass of Hurl, please.
I'm going to assume that's like a wine.
It is a strong orc booze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mildly hallucinogenic.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah, well.
Of course, sir. Anything else?
Water for me, please. Thank you.
Water as well.
I need a moment to look at the menu before I get anything else.
As you open up the menu, a very basic AR overlay pops out, like a she raises her eyebrows at the water, but makes no comment.
I'm driving.
Any meals?
Do they have like a troll menu?
Well, you have troll versions of stuff, like bigger meals or like specifically made, and there is like a section that's less like trolls but more like orc underground themed, like the mall or the cramped tunnel or the smuggling route, stuff like that.
What is the smuggling route?
It is
I
a
don't think
salad
you want to know.
You'll
and
know.
half of the
tomorrow.
ingredients is mysteriously missing.
That sounds dangerous.
Very.
I don't want anything that is mysterious.
Allie will get a soda.
Yeah, I'm looking for large amounts of protein.
Yeah.
There are like fake steaks here. There's also like real steaks, but those are like really expensive.
They have real meat here?
Yes, they have. They are subsidized by the government, apparently.
They're a historical place, so they get all kinds of bonus stuff.
How expensive are we talking here?
Real meat? Uh,
If you have to ask.
I'm gonna go with what? And maybe like a little nudge from Bamce. 100 million is too much, too little for a real meat.
It depends upon how, like, for a troll-sized one, I would go a little bit bigger because, that's just a lot more meat you're using up. But, 100,
Do they-
So there's like a halfer version. Halfer version would be like what, 75? Human would be like 100 or 120. And then there's a troll version, which is like, I'd say, what, 175 or 200 million? 200 million. It's really
Do they have any kind of a thing where, like, if I can eat a 72-ounce steak in an hour, they get it to me for free and, like, give me a T-shirt?
roll your edge.
Okay.
It would be really good because you can barely afford a T-shirt.
That's true.
Oh, nice. Sure.
Then
You
I'll
get
have that.
okay. You have to pay like, let's say,
500?
50 million now, and you get small ounces of stuff, of anything you want from the menu, and they just keep coming. Let's say for a giant it will be 100 million.
Okay. But I thought, what? I'm confused.
Okay, so what are you confused about?
I don't think you have the gratuitous habits over there in your country, right?
I may not be familiar.
Okay.
Okay. So
You may
there's
take
a
that
thing
away.
that they have at some restaurants here where it's like a meal that's also a challenge. Where it
Oh,
would
so
be
you
just,
eat it and then you don't pay.
If
Yep.
you finish
you-
it within a certain time frame without puking.
yeah, you have to finish it in like an hour or some amount of time frame.
Yes, we don't have it
Usually-
here, but I know what you're talking about. I just remembered. Yes.
Yeah, usually it's like a 72-ounce steak plus a giant load of baked potato and a side salad, or something equally ridiculous.
Okay, so going a little bit back, it is a huge meal. It's a troll version of like I want to say American-sized dish, although that would be a little bit real word racist. And it is, I don't know how much the Sue is eating as a giant, but it is a lot even for him, even just by looking at the portion. But there is something like that possible if you want.
Excellent.
And
That's
there
what
will
I
be a
want.
person standing over you to watch if no one's helping you.
That's fine with me.
Sure. You got me on your customs. Damn it.
Yes. I will
Um,
treasure saving that 100 new yen for the rest of my Shadowrunning career.
I don't know.
Until you fail the body plus willpower.
You'll be
test,
rolling
and
less
then
dice.
You're
Oh,
bankrupt.
sorry.
Body
I
plus
tend to
willpower?
interrupt people.
No, yeah, I was just forcing yourself to eat. Would probably be body plus willpower, right? And then you fail that roll, and then you're just
horribly
in
sick.
horrible debt.
I see two things happening here. Either Sue is here for the rest of the run and he's gonna be eating, or he's super sick for the rest of the run. So rolling less dice and stuff. It's fine with me either way.
It's if it's one thing Persona 5 has taught me is that you need many stats to conquer a burger challenge.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, by the way, sensing the room with 2 successes. Sorry, saw that just now. The room is very mixed. Like the aura of the room is, a lot of different emotions. People are talking about a lot of stuff. No one is. There's a few awakened people. There's like 1 or 2 maybe, like 1. Uh, Lots of different states of health. Uh, Lots of different states of cyber implants. Nothing particularly weird jumps out at you. You've sensed a room like this many times before in your magic career.
Okay.
So what is else? Giant versus food, that will come in a second as you're eating. Is Bridge here? No, he is not, with 2 successes. You see a lot of trolls. Some of them have broken horns in various states of like, I'd say, brokenness. But no one is wearing sunglasses at the moment. Although he could be sneaky and he could have taken them off. You don't know.
And taped a fake horn.
Yeah. Damn. I'm gonna say, even with 6 successes, Ali and Dante, you don't see any like description fitting troll. No one is wearing sunglasses. There are at least 3 different trolls that have broken horns. Although he didn't specify what kinds of horns. And trolls have different kinds of horns. So, I'm gonna say that's all you get for looking for the troll.
No, that's fine. It was just, I wanted to make him feel bad about his 2 perception
Awesome.
dice.
Joke's on you. I always feel bad.
Yes.
Yeah, and when the waitress comes back, Jet's gonna order whatever looks good and a strong beer that may or may not go with the food that he orders.
So I think you're the only one who ordered food except for Sue.
Dante will order some
Hicks
food
is
as
gonna
well.
order a soy burger.
Okay. So you
Yeah, I'm not
ordered
gonna ask
Proposition
you to-
23.
Allie's gonna I'll get the smuggling route and try to you picking up what I'm putting down, eh?
So you're trying to double talk?
I don't know necessarily double talk, but it's one of those things of yes, I am here for the smuggling route. And then you kind of give them a look to see if yes, the smuggling route.
Okay, let me see if the
You're
waitress
kind of trying to
actually.
make an obvious innuendo.
Yeah, is Jet is Allie coming on to the waitress? I mean,
No, she's trying to thieves' cant or something.
That's the wrong system, I believe.
Sure.
So I guess the waitress will roll some stats to see if she gets what you're saying. Do you have any particular stats that you would roll in this situation, except for the logic?
Etiquette.
No, intuition maybe more.
Yeah, it could be like an etiquette to attempt to get it across.
Okay, so you go ahead and roll.
Sure.
And I'm gonna judge stuff.
Not a problem.
I have a feeling Dante's just going to be glaring at you.
Does she treat me like a freak? Am I suffering my freak penalties to social ed her?
This particular waitress, I mean, you're wrapped up and stuff, so everybody is kind of looking at you sideways, but, not particularly.
Okay.
I would say no.
Sweet. I have better dice to roll.
Yeah, we all think you're a freak just because of what you're wearing.
It's like, of course, freak.
you'd probably get less sideways looks than walking around.
Yeah, no, that's the joke. You know.
Yeah.
So the waitress will raise her eyebrows for the second time. She's gonna turn around and to the kitchen area and is like, "One smuggling route," and everyone in
Face
the
palm.
restaurant, sort of like turns around and is like, "Hmm, adventurous." You get like a nod of approval.
Dante's just gonna order, like, if there's something on the menu that's our famous or world's best, he's just gonna order whatever their specialty is.
Well, you have like a meal of the day. It's like
Yeah, Jed is gonna ask
currently
for the specials.
okay. So it's like let's say the mall, which is the main tour place, and it's like basic soy steak, some salad, and stuff.
Sure.
So yeah, everyone's getting food. The message, Ali, didn't get across. I didn't know if you caught that.
Oh, I caught it all right.
Okay.
Don't you
So,
worry. She went straight into face palm mode after that.
Jet will
so
say, "Were you coming on to her?"
Are you sitting within punching range?
Probably.
All right, you get punched. No, you
Hey,
idiot! I was trying to find out information. The
really?
yeah,
That was you trying to find out information?
yeah, the guy that's doing the thing for the other guy. Smuggling stuff. Yeah.
It's a salad.
Dante's just gonna be glaring,
At
as I
who?
had said ahead of time, at Allie.
She'll look around to the rest of the table to see if anybody else is picking up what she's putting down, and you'll see her look at Dante, and then she'll just kind of
Yeah.
shrink and look small.
Oh, that was very clever, very clever. I wish I'd thought of it myself.
Dante will shake his head a little and go, "It's all good. Don't worry about it. Just eat up, have a good time. I got this covered."
Well, that's not very successful. Just looking for like hidden icons and stuff. That's not
well,
particularly successful.
most of the stuff is out in the open here, but there are like I'm gonna say with 2 successes, you don't see very much. It's like you see what's there to be seen, not much hidden stuff. God, my voice is awful. Anyway, if no one does anything particular, like let's say 20 minutes, at various stages along the 20-minute mark, you people get your food, and the last food to come is just this giant troll waitress who's holding a big plate that's like one of those like skyscraper burger type of things. And there's like 2 orcs trying to make it not fall apart, like holding it to the sides. And she walks out, and there's like a little round of applause, a little bit, and she's like smiling, and she's heading in the direction of the table, straight for Sue. She puts it just right in front of you, smiles a big trollish smile, grabs your shoulders, rubs them a little bit, like, "Go on and eat, you thin thing, you. You gotta put on some body, some
Nothing
fat
but
on
skin
those
and bones."
muscles and everything."
Danke. I will continue to eat.
She lingers, holding your shoulders a little bit uncomfortably.
What did
Um,
Allie's salad look like, by the way?
Oh God.
It
How
is
many
in
things
a
are still crawling on it?
it is enclosed in a dish that's not see-through. You have to open it to see. You're judging the waitress?
oh, that was the waitress?
Yes, this is not the orc waitress. This is a new one, a troll waitress, who was required to hold up the big dish. And she put it in front of you, and she's talking to you. It's a new person.
I'm just trying to figure out if she's picking my pocket or something.
No,
She
she's
seems to be genuinely into, treating you like the troll you should be.
The troll I should be. Okay.
she's hanging around to make sure you eat the challenge and don't cheat.
Share it with the table.
Yeah.
And she's
Is this
like,
an extended test? Do I need to keep rolling my body plus willpower?
Let's find out when we come back from our break.